It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. 4 men are due to front court today over an armed robbery at Maryland and a pursuit through Lake Macquarie. Police say the manager of the Maryland Tavern and his 2 staff were confronted by the group armed with a baseball bat, knife and a taser just after closing time last night, demanding cash. They fled in a black Holden Commodore with money from the tills, as well as personal property from the staff, including a woman's handbag. Officers spotted the car on Frederick Street, Glendale, and pursued it to Rayford Street, Warners Bay, where the men were arrested with the help of the police dog. Police have been forced to get a noise warrant issued to shut down a rowdy house party at Callaghan overnight. Officers were called to the share house on University Drive following complaints about loud music, but the occupants defied the police request to turn it down, cranking up the volume instead. The officers left and returned with a warrant confiscating the sound equipment. The New South Wales Animal Justice Party is awaiting the results of a state government report into dog breeding practices following the abandonment of many dogs from hunter puppy farms. 4 local dog rescues, Nova Pooch, Polander Farm, All Breeds and Patterson Valley, have banded together to take in 19 deserted animals who puppy farm owners no longer wanted. They've set up a GoFundMe page to finance surgeries and treatment for the dogs who are suffering with broken jaws and ear infections. New South Wales Animal Justice Party MP Mark Pearson says they're hoping to see some government action come May.
Now, that was 2015. Here we are, 3 years later, and the government had been seeking input from stakeholders, but they say that they're going to issue their report as to what they're going to do about this situation about the 4th or the 5th of May. I do not expect it will go far enough to deal with the animal welfare concerns and many other concerns in relation to puppy farms.
Staff at Taralba Public School have taken to social media to plead for the return of the school's historic bell. The 120-year-old bell had only recently been restored, but was taken sometime between Tuesday afternoon and yesterday morning. Anyone with information is urged to contact Crime Stoppers. The Chief Executive of Newcastle Port has poured cold water on an idea to shift the Maritime Museum from Honeysuckle to the Carrington Pump House. Respected Newcastle architect Brian Souters has floated the idea, saying the state government should revive a 17-year-old plan to convert the pump house into an exhibition and performance space. However, Port CEO Jeff Crow says while the idea has merit, it would cost up to $3 million to fix the pump house and make it structurally sound. Nominations are open within the Williamtown Community Reference Group, with 4 positions currently available. The group is responding to PFAS contamination affecting the area, with members lobbying the Department of Defence for action. Parliamentary Secretary for the Hunter, Scott McDonald, says residents with a personal connection to the contamination scandal or those passionate about helping their community should apply.
Go to that EPA website, Williamtown Engagement. It's important, as they can be a demanding role, the perspectives of the community, but also understand how the government agencies are trying to assist. So, very, very much encouraging people to look at those vacancies.
Sport for our sponsor, PRD Nationwide East Maitland.
Despite losing co-captain Mitchell Pearce for the bulk of the season, the Knights believe they've got plenty of leadership options on field. Fellow co-captain Jamie Buhrer will take over as the sole skipper until Pearce returns. Utility Nathan Ross says the club has plenty of players who can step up to the leadership role if needed.
We've lost Mitchell, but Aiden's a very big leader on the field. Jamie Buhrer is a big leader on the field. We have Mitch Barnett, and you've got some emerging leaders like Lachlan Fitzgibbons and Sean Kenny-Dow's in the leadership group. So the workload will be shared along us. And we just need to turn up, and everyone just needs to do their job and not get overwhelmed by the situation.
Locally, Cessnock prop Kurt Warden has taken an early guilty plea and will miss 3 matches following a cannonball tackle against Maitland at the weekend. The tackle left the Pickers' Rob Mason with a knee injury, which gave weight to the suspension. Meanwhile, Macquarie will be without Kelly Benson and Ty Ouchen for the match against Central on Saturday following injuries to the pair. And Newcastle football legend Craig Johnson believes a packed-out McDonald John Stadium could be the difference in tomorrow's preliminary final against Melbourne City. Early ticket sales indicate the Jets could see their biggest ever crowd turn up for the match. That's sport. I'm Josh Sim.
And the winning numbers in Wednesday Lotto are 36, 7, 28, 41, 4 and 23, and the supplementaries are 29 and 24. 2NURFM News Time, 26 to 9.